Hi guys, how's it going? It's Ratom Chagi and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to look at companies that have declared dividends and are going to pay them in the month of March and April. So in this month, you can get paid some dividends from some of the amazing companies and big companies like ShopRite, SASOL, and FirstRand. But in order to get these paychecks and be eligible to receive dividends, you need to make sure that you buy them before the ex-dividend date. And you might still have some time to be part of those that will be receiving dividends. So we are going to lay all of that out in this video and see which companies have declared dividends so that you can go and buy and don't miss out on any of the dividends. Remember that none of my videos constitute as financial advice, and also remember to smash that subscribe button below to become part of this family. The first company I have on the list that declared dividends is SASOL. It declared a dividend of 2 rands with an ex-dividend of March 13 and a payment date of 18 March. And when we look at the stock performance in the past year, it is down 43%. This is almost half the share price. And if I was a SASOL shareholder, I would be concerned, honestly, because this would give me a panic attack. But you need to remember that stocks are affected by a lot of things. That is why you need to normalize reading the earnings report to understand what affected that period's earnings that led to a decline of the share price. So if we look at SASOL's earnings report, the stock was affected by weaker oil and petrochemical prices, unstable product demand, and inflation. And they claim that the underperformance is due to these external factors because they have made some operational improvements in South Africa. And if you really break it down, these improvements should improve profits, which they did not, because the company reported a decline in revenue. And they declared a dividend of 2 rands, as I've said, which brings us to a dividend yield of 8%, which is quite attractive if you really think about it. But given the decline in revenue, should they be paying that much? I guess I'll never know, but I think it's worth questioning, honestly. And then there's Discovery Limited, which declared a dividend of R5.92 with a yield of 11.3%, and the ex-dividend date is 19 March and payment date is 25 March. Just looking at the dividends chart, I am tempted to buy because this is looking good. We see that they increased dividends, and honestly, as a dividend investor, that's what you need, a company that increases dividends and it is consistent with paying also. The next company is FirstRand. I have this company in my portfolio, so it's exciting to know that they have declared a dividend. I bought it because it pays dividends. The company declared a dividend of 2 rands with an ex-dividend date of 26 March and a payment date of the 2nd of April, and it has a solid dividend yield of 6%. It hasn't been paying dividends for long. We can see that the dividend history is very short. I can only hope that they will continue paying dividends, which I believe they will, because it is a big company. It is quite established with a large market capitalization of over 400 billion. And the good thing about large cap stocks is that the companies are more established with a proven track record, and they are considered to be safer investments as compared to medium and small caps. And because they are already established, there isn't much room for growth like small cap stocks. So large cap stocks are safe and less volatile. So FirstRand, it has a solid dividend yield of 6%, as I've said, and they're going to be paying dividends on the 2nd of April. And then Anglo American, it will be paying dividend in May. However, it has declared a dividend now in March of R7.75, and the ex-dividend date is the 13th of March and the payment date is 3 May. And they decreased dividends from 13 rands to 7 rands. That is a 6 rands cut. They will be releasing their earnings on the 23rd of April. I think it's worth looking into to see what could have influenced their decision to decrease dividends. And the next company is the people's favorite, ShopRite. I mean, we can't dispute that ShopRite is the hottest stock in the supermarket industry. They released earnings and sales increased with 14.8 billion in the last 6 months. And they plan to open 140 stores in the second half of the year and had added 285 stores over the last 12 months. So their expansion plans will most likely materialize. And with regards to dividends, the company's dividends increased by 7.7% to R2.67 with a dividend yield of 2.56%, which is pretty low, but with how the company is growing, the yield is fair. I mean, we know that companies that pay less in dividends give good returns in the form of capital appreciation, because the money they should be paying in dividends, it is invested back into the company. And it is evident with ShopRite as they are more focused on the business growth, so you can't really complain about their dividends. And the ex-dividend date is March 26 and the payment date is 2 April. And then the Bidvest group also declared a dividend of R4.63 with an ex-dividend date of 25 March and a payment date of the 2nd of April. Another company that declared dividend is Bid Corporation. They declared R5.25 in dividends with an ex-dividend date of 18 March and a payment date of 25 March. This company has a dividend yield of 2.31%, and looking at the dividend history, they have been increasing dividends. They are not paying much in dividends, but it is satisfying to see that they are increasing dividends. And then there is Woolworth. They declared a dividend per share of R1.48 with an ex-dividend of March 14 and a payment date of March 19. And here, guys, those are the companies that declared dividends, and there are other companies that declared dividends as well that I did not look into. You can search JSE March 2024 list to see all of them. Actually, I will drop down the link in the description box, so you can just quickly click on it to see all of the companies that have declared dividends and see which ones you might be interested into buying. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.